So any day outside the UK, I think, is a good day, right? But today is an even more interesting day. We're in the south of Spain, and we're currently on the way to, I think it's fair to say, one of the most exclusive race circuits in the world. I have no idea why I'm here, but I'm here anyway. And yeah, we're going to get there very shortly. So, but look at this day. Look how beautiful it is here today. I love Spain. It's one of my favourite places to be. And we're just now getting to our destination. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ascari. So we've got a pretty intense day ahead of us. I'm going to get into it in a second, but we're going to get the weapon parked up quickly, and then we're going to go have a little wander around and show you guys what's in store for us today. So these garages are full of just awesome cars. We'll get to more in a minute, but there's a lot to go through. So we're going to go for a bit of a pit walk and show you all the insane cars here today. There's a lot of mad stuff. Oh my god. And we're going to be driving most of it. But we'll get into that in a minute. Let's go have a look at what's here. So this car is exclusively for GP laps for Jake. Yeah. Just casually a D-type lying around, you know. Unfortunately, I've been told it's not going to run today, but that's okay. I'm happy just looking at it. And if that wasn't enough, here's a Pagani Huayra R, one of not very many. £6 million worth of car right here. So we're all suited. We've got a very, very long and cool day ahead of us. We're going to be driving a lot of very fast, very interesting cars. But first, I need to learn the circuit. Ascari is a circuit that's not really in any sims. I had a couple of laps in a mod for a certain Corsa, but otherwise I don't know my way around here. So we're going to go out first with the instructor. His name is Roger, and we're going to pop into a mini challenge car, front-wheel drive. My first time driving a proper racing front-wheel drive car, apart from Iliad's Clear. I forgot about that. So yeah, I'm just pretty gassed, as you can probably tell. I'm having a little bit of, well, I'm having a massive imposter syndrome moment. So I'm going to just kind of keep going and hope it doesn't, you know, take over my life.
Very technical track, and it's fun.
So first of all, very quickly introduce yourself to the camera as to who you are.
I'm Roger Morbach, instructor at Ascari since over a decade ago.
So you've been here a while then, yeah?
Yeah, and it's a privilege actually, yes.
So you've driven, I assume, thousands of laps around here.
Indeed.
How do you, what would you say is the defining characteristic of this circuit? How do you describe it to someone who's not been here before?
Well, it's a track, normally generally in tracks out there, you have like a style of track and a style of corners, which not that it reiterates itself or repeats itself, but here you have many different sectors, which is like slow areas, fast areas, sequence banking. It's very, very complete track. Also helps you to learn a lot that can be applied to other tracks. So I think it's challenging and great fun,
yeah.
And very technical.
You told me your nickname earlier. What was your nickname?
What, gas? Yeah. No, it's because I keep on telling people to give gas, unless they're going too fast, which can happen as well.
Yeah, no gas.
Yes. No, then it's brake.
The first time on my own in the mini challenge car, should be good. Just waiting for the Huayra R to go by. You know, as you casually do. Holy shit! I'm gonna go chase it in a minute. So I need to sort of take on board what Roger has said about just trying to keep it not turning as early. It's tempting to do that because I don't know where I'm going and I don't want to run out of room.
So Ascari is a very fun circuit, but it's very technical. There are a lot of corners with a lot of cambers and lines that might not be immediately obvious at first. So it took a little while to learn and get up to speed, and doing so in this mini challenge car was definitely the best idea. The car feels super easy to drive, it's very controllable, and there isn't too much power, I know, enough to make any silly mistakes or anything like that. And once the rear tyres come up a temp, it's just easy. It's not a car that you have to think too much about driving quickly. So pretty ideal for learning this circuit. first laps of Ascari then. Not perfect. Need to learn a little bit. I'm just trying to learn a new circuit quickly. It's difficult, which is why I tend to do it in sim usually, but I had no time, which is a real shame. But turning in a bit early in a few places, but what a track. This track has everything. It has like proper high-speed commitment corners, technical corners as well, and that is the Pagani Huayra R going around just casually. I think I'll be able to challenge it in the Mini. What do you think? Mini versus Pagani, you reckon I can beat it?
No sweat.
Easy peasy. You can just hear it anywhere on circuit. Oh my god. So it's V12, nearly 1,000 horsepower, revs to 11,500 RPM. Holy mother of God! That ain't going to be legal at any track apart from here. So I guess a little bit of context as to why the hell I'm here, because in the video I think so far I've just gone, I'm at Ascari, yeah. So this place is owned by a guy called Francisco Fernandez, and he also owns a company called Racing Unleashed. I'll put a link down below in the description or something. And he basically said, hey Jimmy, you know, I have this going on. Do you want to come to Ascari for a couple of days and see what we do here? And yeah, that's why I'm here basically. It hasn't been completely out of the blue. I kind of knew it was happening for a while, but yeah, my god, what an experience this is. This is usually quite an exclusive resort. I don't know what the requisites are to sort of be a member here or whatever, but it's not something that I could do, definitely. So to have the privilege of coming here and driving some pretty mad cars, I'm very thankful. So yeah, big shout out to the guys at Racing Unleashed for setting this all up and letting this idiot loose in their cars. Now we're going to move into the Radical, which I've driven a Radical before, so it shouldn't be too much of a learning curve, but this track is so awesome, my god. Like, it's like every good circuit combined into one circuit, and it took a little while to learn it because it's quite technical, but I think I'm at a good spot now, and moving to faster cars. Holy, this is a V4, you say?
Yeah.
It sounds like a V8.
Yes.
Oh my god. Well, I'm deaf, that's fine. So now that I can't hear anymore, let's go for a ride in this thing. So now I've jumped into a Radical SR3, and man, this car is awesome. Now, I have driven an SR3 in the past, a little while ago, and that was a lot of fun, but this one just feels, I don't know, different, alive. There's something about driving a car with downforce here at Ascari, and it just makes sense. A lot of the corners here at Ascari have a little bit of a late turning point, a late entry, and you can carry a lot of speed using the downforce of this thing. And the Radical, it's just a good all-rounder. 260 horsepower or so, doesn't weigh very much, and sticks to the road like glue thanks to the aero and the slick tyres that we're currently running. But if you do drive like a bit of a prick, you are going to get caught out by it. So really awesome fun getting to get back behind the wheel of something with a little bit of aero on it. I'm definitely feeling right at home in this car. How did I do?
Excellent, outstanding, really. Very mature, very step by step, but at the same time very fast. No, I mean here you're going in the right gears, not over revving the car, not trying to go too fast, but still going fast. I mean you did a 212 for the first day at the track in a Radical. It's really outstanding, and I'm completely serious about that.
Oh, thank you, man.
Congratulations.
Awesome. Cheers. So there you go, doing alright. All that Praga time paid off. Well, obviously it would, hopefully. Yeah, really awesome to drive this car around this circuit. It just makes sense around here. Oh, that in the background. I'm having the best day. the thing is, like, I've been very lucky to do quite a bit of stuff like this recently. In the real world, and it's kind of overwhelming because you have to get in and drive. You can't sort of have that. You can't let yourself get into your head about it. But once you get out of it, you're just like, oh my god, I just did that. So yeah. Anyway, plan is gonna eat some lunch, let my heart rate go down a little bit, and then we're gonna move on to that over there. That's a Wolf, similar horsepower to this, but weighs less and is single seater. It also has a V4 engine out of I think of an Aprilia motorcycle, and it sounds insane. It sounds like a V8, but. Let's have a little look at it. So you can see proper sort of single-seater driving position there. No halo. Look how gorgeous that looks. Proper purpose-built, all carbon fibre. I don't know how much it weighs, but I think it's in the 500 somewhere, I'll ask. But very light and a lot of aero, so this should be pretty rapid. Hopefully my neck holds on. So we had clear blue skies this morning, and of course, because I'm a degenerate person from the UK, we brought the weather with us. It's just had quite a decent rain shower, so track is now wet. But there are wet tyres, so I'm going to bolt them on the car. See how it is around there. I've not driven around here in the wet, so I thought I'd discover what that's like yet. I'm not sure if there's any parts of the circuit which are really rubbered up. We want to try and avoid those best we can, and. Yeah, I guess we'll go from there. But shame it rains. I can't believe it's June and it's raining in Spain. The rain in Spain comes mainly from my personal pain. So whilst the track is sort of closed for a bit, I wanted to talk about something that I mentioned a little bit earlier, which is probably the most insane car here. Not because of how fast it is or how much aero it's got or anything like that, just because of the sheer history and value of it. Behind me is a Ferrari 250 and a Radical that's just stalled. So this car raced at Le Mans in the 50s, genuinely, and it's pretty much as it was when it left the factory. Let me take you for a brief tour of it. So first things first, you're going to notice the numbers on this. They're not stickers, these are painted on, that you can see like the swirl marks on there. The engine bay is just absolutely flawless. I tell you what, this guy can tell about it better than I can. This is Francisco. He actually owns this.
Hello, nice to meet you. Proud of this little thing here.
I've got to ask, how the hell do you go around buying one of these? Because it's obviously something that you can't just go to a shop and buy. And
no, definitely not. It was a coincidence that we found it, and we found the car and the engine and the gearbox in two separate cars. So we had to buy two cars to make that car compete again in the Le Mans specs. It ran 1959, and we won the first Concours d'Elegance Cavallino Classics in 2022. It was my first Concours d'Elegance that I got to win Best of Show with the first time I showed up there. So proud of this car.
You're saying there's no air conditioning, so they just took the window out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's engineering, that is, isn't it?
So in 1959 Le Mans, it was obviously hot with the 12-cylinder engine, and they did not have any air conditioning, so they just took part of the window out. And we wanted to have the perfect specification, like it really ran Le Mans in 59, so we had to take this part of the window out again.
So something that I haven't really mentioned, of course, is this is your circuit, you own this place.
Yes.
Big plans right here, but what's going on with it?
Yes, I don't want to disclose too much,
Sure.
because it should be a surprise when we open up next year. But it's going to be, a private track for, let's say, 100 people you want to hang around with, people who share the passion, people that have achieved something in life, that have still some ambitions in life. So a footprint on the planet, and it's as much about cars and it's about the people driving those cars. And we also want to share the Spanish lifestyle, being here in Andalusia, eating jamón, drinking good wine. And plus you have more than 300 sunny days. Living in Switzerland, having 300 sunny days is pure luxury.
about to get into the Wolf now.
Yeah.
It's got some pretty insane specs. I mean, it's got a 1 litre engine, which doesn't sound like much, but it's not about that.
No, it's an Aprilia V4 motorcycle engine, 1 liter, and it breaks about 200 horsepower. It's a monocoque monopost chassis, Italian make, and it's like 370 kilos to 200 horsepower. So it's very quick. It doesn't, like you say, it doesn't sound like much, but around here it's done a 1:56 as a lap record, and that's quite impressive.
So we're going to get into now into the Wolf. We're on wet tyres still, because although the sun has come back out, it's still sort of wet out there, but it dries quickly around here, so we'll go out quick so I don't ruin these tyres too much. And yeah, this is probably going to be the most leery thing I've ever driven. Probably. Let's go.
Start.
Things are getting serious. We are in the Wolf. Yeah, as you heard Roger say, 200-ish horsepower, 375 kilos. This thing weighs absolutely nothing. And we're out on the wet tyres. And immediately I'm thinking, is there a problem with the car? I'm trying to rev the car up a little bit. It just feels like I'm stumbling on throttle all the time. And it wasn't until then I realised that I was only revving this thing to 9,000 RPM, which is, normal for a normal car. But this, being that it's powered by an Aprilia bike engine, revs to 12,000 RPM. And once I figured that out, the car came alive. Holy shit. I've never experienced grip like that before in my life. And we're on wet tyres, so the track is starting to dry. We're going to go onto slicks now and see what this thing can do. I mean, I didn't know for ages I had to rev it to like 12,000 RPM, like shifting at 9k like an absolute loser. And then sort of realised it as I was going on, and it just comes alive. There was so fast, man. And the footage was great. You might notice that my helmet changed for that. It's not me pretending to be somebody else, but the basically the helmets here don't have hands posts, and I wanted to wear a hands device for that one. So the instructor let me borrow his hands and his helmet, and yeah, that's why I have a pretty cool lid in that one. But oh my god, that's the fastest thing I've ever driven in a corner by some way. Whew. Right, slight change of plan. I was going to go out in the Wolf on the slick compound tyres, but I basically got offered something a little bit different instead. Ferrari challenge car. Look at it! So I think this is like about 600 horsepower around there, traction control, ABS, I think. All this aero on it as well, so the track is still slightly damp in places. We are on slick tyres, so I'm sort of a bit happier to have all the assists there. But yeah, you don't turn down a chance to drive one of these if someone offers you. So I'm gonna get all my kit now, have a mild panic attack, and then get in. Things are getting pretty serious now. We're now driving a 488 challenge car. Not quite a GT3 in terms of speed, more GT2 kind of speed really, but incredibly quick, and you feel all of those nearly 700 horsepowers when you mat your right foot to the bulkhead. I've only been given a couple of laps in this car and the circuit is still damp in places, so I'm thinking, well, best just send it, get these tyres as warm as possible and hope for the best. I've had to like come sit in a dark room for a bit because, oh my god, what a day. I don't know what to say. All people live like this, you know. The people do this, and for someone like myself, who, you know, I've been very lucky to have these opportunities I have. I know I have, and I've already done more than I thought I'd ever do. To do all this today, I don't know what to say. As you can probably tell, my brain's a bit melted right now, but what an experience. I would have loved, you know, in an ideal world, I mean, this world's pretty fucking ideal, but I would have loved maybe a few more laps in the Ferrari. I think I was overdriving it quite a bit, because I was just like, I want to get out there, I need to make the most of this experience, and I just went I was a bit too keen. I was pushing it a bit too hard. But you know, it's a good thing, you can dial it back from there, but still, what a day. What a day. A massive thank you to Francisco and Racing Unleashed for bringing me out here, because this is the sort of stuff that you dream of doing, and it's just like every day for them. Oh my god. My brain's broken. But after all that, we get back into the real weapon. The Hyundai. I'm not quite sure what else there is to say apart from again a massive thank you to Racing Unleashed for inviting me out to Ascari for what feels like a once in a lifetime experience. I've never got used to living a life where I get to go out and drive real life racing cars in anger on amazing circuits, and I'm forever grateful that you guys are still here watching and supporting this. So thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully I'll have more stuff like this for you guys in the future. Take care, have an awesome day. See you all next time.